GMIKE Battle of Gaming Laptops.
ASUS G751JY versus MSI GT72 DOMINATOR Pro.
Hi everybody, welcome to comparison battle between ASUS G751JY and MSI GT72 DOMINATOR Pro. In this video we'll present all features and specifications of these two fantastic laptops and we'll try to present them in the most balanced and neutral way as possible. We are not siding with any of these companies, but many of you have questions and we will try to answer them with all our informations. If you find this information useful and helpful, please show some appreciation and support to our channel. And now get ready for the ultimate laptop comparison. Content of this video is as follows.
CPU, RAM, storage, display, GPU, gaming performance, cooling, temperatures, sound, design and materials, price, optical drive, networking, upgrade, ports and slots, advantage. CPU.
Central Processor Unit is the brain of all operations in computers and one of the most important parts of your laptop. ASUS comes with Intel Core i7-4710HQ up to 3.5 GHz or Intel Core i7-4860HQ up to 3.6 GHz. MSI comes with Intel Core i7-4710HQ up to 3.5 GHz or i7-4980HQ up to 4.0 GHz. Let's speak about the CPUs. 4710HQ has integrated HD graphics 4600 GPU, dual channel DDR3 memory controller, max memory size 32 gigs RAM supported, thermal design powered by 47 watts, max allowable temperature is 100 degrees, price around $378. 4860HQ is equipped with Intel Iris Pro GPU 5200, price around $434. 4980HQ is also equipped with Intel Iris Pro GPU 5200, price is expensive around $623. Check out the benchmark results in Passmark. For example, Intel Core i7-4940MX with 3.1 GHz scored 9,849 and price is around $1,096. 4710HQ offers great performance, but if you can afford it, definitely recommend to go with higher CPU in both models. ASUS higher CPU version is cheaper, but MSI gives more performance. Price versus performance, your choice.
RAM.
Both models comes with a choice of RAM, 8, 16, 24 or highest 32 gigs DDR3L 1600 MHz. RAM can be easily upgraded in both models if you don't go with a max 32 gig version. Price of 8 gig single RAM model is between $70 to $150, depends on the brand and quality. Little information from me, for simple modern gaming and applications you are good to go with 16 gigs of RAM. Both models are equal in a section random access memory.
Storage.
Storage is another easily upgradable part of your laptop and most vulnerable. There is plenty of options in both models, but let's have a look on the smallest, medium and high storage options. Consider it as for more advanced storage parts your model will cost much more in overall price. ASUS has two slots for storage. You can choose M.2 SSD M-SATA in primary up to 512 gigs, M.2 SSD in one slot, or normal HDD or SATA free SSD up to 1 TB each. Smallest and cheapest option for storage is 1 TB HDD 5400 RPM hybrid with 8 gigs SSD. Medium option is 256 gigs of M.2 SSD plus 512 SATA free SSD. Top option is 2x 1 TB RAID 0 SATA free SSD in 2 slots, around $700 each. MSI supports up to 4x M.2 SSDs together in a 4 M.2 SSD slot. Each slot can be upgraded up to 512 gigs M.2 SSD, together around 2 TB M.2 SSD storage in one storage slot. For second storage slot you can choose between HDD or SATA free SSD up to 1TB each. Smallest and cheapest option for storage is stock 128GB solid-state drive M.2 in 1M SATA slot plus 1TB HDD 7200 RPM. Medium option is 2x 256GB in 2 M.2 SSD slots plus 512 SATA free SSD. Top option is 4x 512GB in 4 M.2 SSD slots plus 1TB SATA free SSD. You pay around $1,500 for 4x 8.2 SSDs with 512GB SSD plus $700 for 1TB SSD. For storage options, if you have the money, MSI supports faster and higher capacity with its 4x 512GB M.2 SSD plus secondary slot for storage drive. This makes it the winner in this category. However, speeds between M.2 SSD and SATA and normal 2.5 inches SSD SATA free are almost the same.
Display.
ASUS comes with 17.3 inches Full HD matte type anti-glare ultra bright IPS screen, 9020x1080 known as in plane switching display. It offers premium quality, fantastic viewing angles, accurate colors, and might be slower for gaming than standard TN display. 120Hz screen not confirmed yet, like in ASUS G751JY or JX. MSI comes with 17.3 Full HD matte type anti-glare ultra bright TN display 1920x1080 or optional in some models 17.3 inches matte type anti-glare IPS screen. TN displays offers similar color quality like in IPS display can be achieved only by calibration, slightly worse viewing angles, and it has a shortest response time. That's really good for gaming. Difference between these displays is not big. Do you prefer better colors of IPS for a photography or a graphic design or faster display for gaming with not such good color quality? Choice is yours. Both displays have its advantages and disadvantages, but overall difference is not that big, so you are able to do a good gaming on both. Make sure you get well informed about which type of display you are buying from your seller.
GPU.
Both laptops are shipped with NVIDIA GTX 980m, but ASUS supports 4GB of VRAM and MSI 8GB of VRAM. The same situation was in early 2014 when GTX 800M series were released. ASUS was also shipped with a GTX 880m 4GB VRAM instead of 8GB. I have a video about the difference between them too. Have a look, but a significant difference can be felt if you want to work on external display. 8GB VRAM will be much more useful for this scenario. MSI's NVIDIA GeForce GTX 980m with 8GB of VRAM GDDR5 can be replaced thanks to a mobile PCI Express model MXM 3.0. Disadvantages is that the mobile MXM GPUs are very expensive, around $1,000. Gaming performance will be the same with these GPUs, but if you are into video rendering, 3D design or wanna plug in your laptop multiple external displays, GTX 980m with 8GB VRAM in MSI is a better option. Also possible future upgrade instead of replacing the whole unit is a great advantage of MSI. In this case, MSI has slightly better GPU options. On the other side, surprisingly, ASUS has slightly higher GPU score in benchmarking softwares. Both GPUs were benchmarked with the same CPU, i7-4710HQ.
Gaming performance.
To buy a laptop like these models, you must be a graphic designer, professional photographer or a gamer. Gamers are the biggest group of people who are choosing products like these two models. Gaming performance and mobility is for many of you the key for choosing these fantastic gaming laptops. For gaming are important all parts of your computer, but the most important is the graphic card. In this case, in both models, a GTX 980m is a fantastic desktop replacement and offers performance similar to desktop NVIDIA GTX 780 up to, in some cases, 780 Titan. We created series of benchmarks on our GMIKE channel about mobile GPUs. You can choose from many GPUs comparisons with laptop or desktop cards. Click the links below if you are interested to watch some GPU gaming benchmark in modern PC games. Gaming performance in both laptops is very similar. We are concentrating on games and frames. Under 30 frames, game is lagging and it's unplayable. 30 to 60 you have a very good results, and if you go above 60 frames you are reaching more smoother gameplay. In both laptops, screens are 60Hz supported, so 1 Hz can be set as 1 frame. 60Hz screens in both laptops allow you to visually see only 60 frames in both laptops, even if your frames show higher number. If you want to experience additionally more frames visible, you need to plug to your gaming rig an external display with a higher refresh rate, for example 120 or 144Hz screen. GTX 980m also supports external connection to 4K displays. Many modern games are playable at 30 frames 4K resolution, of course with lower settings. Gaming performance is almost the same. CPU and RAM can add a few extra frames, and faster storage provides faster loadings in your applications. Click links below to see a GTX 980m in action with these games.
Cooling.
To cool down all the heat produced from high-end components like we have in both models, heating and management of temperatures is crucial and very important. ASUS dual copper heatsinks and independent rear vent dual fans gets heat away from ya. The CPU and GPU have their own dedicated fans. Free heat pipes, silent cooling, and of course legendary cooling as proof from previous ASUS G models. MSI has dual fan thermal cooling, and cooling can be a bit louder on max load than ASUS. Manual change of temperatures with cooler boost manual fan control is a great advantage. As you can see the results in 3D Firestrike, 3D Mark Skydiver, 3D Mark 11 and Watch Dogs on Ultra settings. Overall temperatures are equal in both laptops. MSI did improve their cooling from previous versions.
Sound.
Laptop audio in these machines is nice and crispy, but still is better through external speakers or headset. That's where the magic is happening. ASUS comes with Sonic Master speakers, max audio equalizer support with many sound presets, integrated subwoofer Bass I, integrated amplifier for audio output. MSI comes with Dynaudio speakers, integrated subwoofer, integrated amplifier for audio, subwoofer and headphone jack. Sound Blaster Cinema 2. Sound is very similar in both models. Also, they both are able to give fantastic performance with external speakers, headphones or headsets.
Design and materials.
ASUS so-called Stealthfighter inspired aluminum chassis similar to previous G series. First time it supports aluminum finish with ROG logo. ASUS is proud on its ergonomical angled keyboard, soft touch, anti-slip palm rest. In new JY version we can see new macro keys for instant Steam access or gameplay recording, macro keys for direct Steam access, in-game recording and free user macro keys. Responsive backlit keyboard, this time in red color. Large multi-touch touchpad is great for working without mouse. Materials are brushed metal aluminum and rubberized matte. MSI's design comes from the sports racing cars. Solid one-body full aluminum chassis with aluminum finish on the top cover for better protection. It gives a premium look. Steel series programmable full-color backlit with many color variations keyboard. Tactile fast action keys plus macro keys. Programmable color light around touchpad. Quick launch keys like power button, switchable GPU, manual cooler boost free button, XSplit Gamecaster live streaming your gameplay, and keyboard SteelSeries color preset. MSI's design offers more customization and colors variations. On the other side, ASUS is more simple. Simple or fancy, it's your choice.
Price.
Depends on configuration and seller, but most it depends on you. ASUS on lowest configuration we can see be purchased for $1,600 up to $2,899. Prices are flexible and will always move, so it's very hard to answer this section. Do a good research before you buy your product. MSI lower models can start from $2,000 up to $3,500. Hide and upgrade through custom companies up to $4,000 depending on extra add-ons and accessories also.
Optical Drive.
Both models' optical drives can be replaced with optical bay hard drive caddy to insert additional extra 2.5-inch HDD or SSD of your choice.
Networking.
ASUS. From reviews and research, connection is stable especially during online gameplay. You won't have any problems with both network adapters. This time ASUS is equipped with Intel Wireless AC7260. On the other side, MSI comes with LAN and VLAN killer. Both models are equipped with a Bluetooth 4.0.
Upgrade.
ASUS upgrades are storage and RAM. MSI upgrades are GPU, storage and RAM. MSI also has easier access to clean the parts from the dust. MSI has bigger advantage with upgrades thanks to a GPU MXM 3.0 slot.
Ports and slots.
ASUS on the left side, Kensington security lock, 2x USB 3.0 ports, Blu-ray optical drive, memory card reader. At front, status indicator lights, power, battery, HDD, Wi-Fi and caps lock indicators. On the right side we have headphone jack, microphone jack, line-in jack, 2x USB 3.0 ports, mini display and Thunderbolt port, HDMI out, Ethernet, VGA out, AC adapter power plug. At back we got 2 exhaust ports, battery type, battery with 8 cells. Also Trinity display technology for plugging in 3 external displays. MSI comes on left side with 4 USB 3.0 ports, line-in audio jack, a line-out audio jack, microphone jack, headphone jack, memory card reader. At front we have status indicator, Wi-Fi, power and HDD. On the right side we can see optical drive and 2 USB 3.0 ports. At back, Kensington lock, exhaust port, 2x mini display port, HDMI port, Ethernet, AC power adapter, second exhaust port. Battery type is 9 cells. Also, it supports up to 3 external monitors. In this case, MSI is definitely beating ASUS with its 6 USB 3.0 support, 2x mini display ports and 1 extra audio jack.
Advantage.
In these sections we're gonna talk about advantages towards each other. ASUS, cheaper price for similar setup, better colors display with IPS display, slightly better GPU performance thanks to a GPU 5% overclock, brushed aluminum finish on the cover of the notebook, more audio customization possibilities, Thunderbolt port. On the other side, advantages of MSI are 6x USB 3.0 ports compared to 4, upgradable GPU for future, more VRAM on a GPU 8GB compared to 4GB, easier construction for upgrade, macro keys in better position, not confusing with escape button, more customizable keyboard with colors, 4x 8.2 SSD in RAID 0. And the last, 9-cell battery compared to ASUS 8 cells. Thanks for watching GMIKE's battle of the laptops and specs comparison between these two fantastic machines. We try to make all information accurate as possible and we hope it will help you to decide which laptop to go with. During this comparison we didn't side with any company, but we hope you get what you wanted and the answer which one to go with is only up to you. Thanks again for watching, please rate, comment, subscribe and get ready for more in the near future. Don't forget to check out some mobile GPU comparisons and other cool stuff on our channel. Take care and see you later.